So I was particularly inspired to talk about intuition. We've all had it. It's that feeling that comes to us, or a thought that comes to us that has a good feeling. It gives us direction. And it's important as we learn to meditate, to learn to distinguish between the thoughts of the ego and the thoughts that arise from the deepest part of our being. So the ego usually speaks first and loudest, and it's more aggressive. The voice of the inner self is thought to be this still small voice inside. Shaivism, they refer to this as pratibha. So from the deepest level of our being, there comes an impulse. And often this impulse takes the form of an idea. And this idea can be a fully developed idea. It can be a full concert. It can be an idea for a book. It can be a project in carpentry. It can be an idea for something that you want to build or something that you want to do. And it arrives in our consciousness fully blown. And then we simply need to work out the details of that revelation, as it were. This ability to connect with our intuition is developed as we meditate, because we're able to quiet the mind, we're able to quiet the voice of the ego, so that this voice of inspiration that wants to express through us as is can become fully expressed in our being. So let's talk a little bit about what the inner world, let's talk a little bit about what the inner world consists of. We're all familiar with the world of thinking. We have thoughts. Thoughts occupy our consciousness. There's a voice inside that's speaking all the time. These are the worlds of our thoughts. Feelings. Feelings arise from within us. In our tradition, we talk about these as core heart feelings. Feelings of love, of joy, of happiness, of kindness, compassion, appreciation, gratitude. So these are pure feelings that come directly from the heart. As contrasted with emotions, emotions are generally composed of a thought that triggers a cascade of chemicals released from the brain that it creates an experience in the physical body. So something happens and anger. I have an angry thought. I have an experience that creates anger. There's a thought of I'm angry, I'm upset, and certain chemicals, certain hormones are released into the physical body. And neuroscientists tell us that once an emotion has been triggered, it takes about 90 seconds for those chemicals, for those hormones to be processed through the system, provided we don't add more thoughts to it. If we add more thoughts to it, we can prolong that emotional experience for an extended period of time, a full day, a full week, or we can carry a grudge for a lifetime. But emotions are connected with thoughts or perceptions that creates a physical reaction to it. Perceptions, sensations. This is part of our inner world. What am I perceiving? What am I hearing? What am I tasting? What am I with the sensation of feeling? The totality of these experiences, what I describe as the inner world. And this is a world that most of us don't spend a lot of conscious time in. We have thoughts, but we're not necessarily aware of the thoughts. We have feelings that arise, or emotions that arise, and these emotions arise, and they're a kind of a filter through which we see the world. We've all had the experience of something upsetting happening in the morning, and then we continue to be upset throughout the day, and we see the world through these negative lenses. Blake says, change the lenses of perception and see things as it is. So these are the experiences of the inner world, and second, education makes us more sensitive to them. We become aware of the inner reality. And this then becomes a stepping stone, as it were. We're changing the direction of our focus from externally directed to internally directed. So we can go beyond the sensations and thoughts and emotions and feelings in the mind to the source of those. That Shaivism says that from pure consciousness, there's an energy called Shakti, which is filtered through our samskaras, through our past memories, through our traumas, and arrives in our conscious mind. And this is what creates our perception of the outer reality. So we're going from the outer world to the subjective world, to the universal world, to the consciousness within. About the proper way to repeat the mantra is whatever is natural for you. So if you like to repeat the mantra at your regular rate of speaking, I'll use Om Namah Shivaya as an example. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. If the mind is particularly busy, I will speed the repetition of the mantra up so that my mind can sort of outrace my thoughts. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. But if I'm having a stressful day or if I'm anxious, I can repeat the mantra maybe a little faster. When I'm in a place of complete peace, Om Namah Shivaya. Sometimes I'll do it with the breath. Om Namah Shivaya in the in-breath. Om Namah Shivaya in the out-breath. Whatever feels comfortable for you is the way you should repeat the mantra and the pace for you. It'll be different for each of us. Let me talk a little bit about being in the present. One of the important practices of meditation and the application of meditation in life is the practice of being fully present in the moment, in the now. And I went to visit a friend some time ago, and he was manufacturing clocks. You know, he had the two hands on the clock. Instead of having 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, he had now, 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 now. And so for all the 12 digits, he had the word now as a reminder that the only time that's real is the present moment. So many of us live in the future. We're planning and thinking, and the fruit of this type of thinking is anxiety. We're trying to control the future. We're trying to see the future. And I don't know about you, but I often sit down and plan. I consciously plan, you know, what my schedule is going to be like. And at the end of the year, I go back and I see what I planned that actually happened. So a lot of times we plan and it doesn't happen. So when you're planning, be in the present and plan, but don't obsess over it. It's the same thing with memories. A lot of times people find themselves in a situation where they're feeling depressed and they wonder why. The yogis tell us it's probably because they've been experiencing memories, living in the past, having regrets that make you sad, bring you into a state of depression. So whenever you find yourself projecting into the future, just unconsciously, just letting your mind wander, you start thinking about the future or thinking about the past, bring yourself to the present moment. Be truly here. Engage in pure perception. You're out in a garden. Really see the flower. See the beauty of the flower. Smell the beauty of the flower as if it was the first time. When you're eating, taste every bite. Be in the present. Don't be eating your food and thinking about your day and planning the day and reading a newspaper and checking your cell phone. When you're eating, eat. When you're enjoying nature, enjoy nature. When you're sleeping, sleep. Do whatever it is in the moment. You know, there was a great book that influenced me greatly back in the 70s. It was written by Baba Ramdas. It's called Be Here Now. One of my favorite books. It truly had an impact on me. People used to tease me because my last name is Now, but with an E on the end of it. So I say, be here now, N-O-W-E.